Well, everybody, let's get down to business tonight because we have a lot to get to. For those that missed it last night, it finally happened. It finally happened. We did, in fact, get promoted to the next conference with Ball State. We also made the college football playoffs, but we lost to UCLA, who went back-to-back as national champions, so no shame there. We finally got to use, 90 coach coins for upgrades. We still haven't gone after any 3-star players. I don't know if and when I'll do that early than when we were planning on having it be done. And we were setting ourselves up here for the position changes and how we wanted to go through off-season training. Decided on these 3 to be the primary quarterbacks this year because Thad earned us that promotion. So we're not bailing on him. And these 2 aren't really good enough to play anywhere else other than quarterback. So it was kind of perfect. But we'll go through the rest of the team in a minute because we need to find out those training camp results as we get down to business. Lockbox. Indeed. Madden was the OG plan, but some good things happen. Shout out to Ben for the follow, by the way. It's going to really hurt if you immediately get relegated. Hey, Ben, shut up. Never mind. I don't thank you for the follow. How dare you? How dare you? Minutes, what's up, by the way? So our quarterback, Thad, looking good. 5-star will be a good enough backup, I suppose. I mean, quarterback position, not that bad. It is only showing us as a 78. We're going to be better than that, though. I promise. At wideout, Giant, or running back, I should say, Giant Stadium grass field shaping up to be an absolute menace. We do have a lot of people that we were training up as a running back because they don't really fit anywhere else. We'll double check what that ends up looking like shortly. But shout out to Lou Lamagello, who finally found a home, not at wideout, not at tight end, but as a running back. Who would have guessed? We got 2 decent fullbacks, although Sexton Hardcastle was a tight end. There's a good chance he's going to get cut, right? If we need to cut people, right? Wideouts, Von Kornhucker. Now our highest rated with 94 speed. You'll notice a trend. Fastest potential offensive players all at wideout, at least as a primary. We'll have to move a couple of people over, but that's not a big deal. Tight end position's looking probably better than it's ever looked, which is great. I mean, right now, we're feeling pretty damn good. The O-line, Thad for Heisman. He's a monster. Shuby Bobo Rider. Going to be looking pretty good. Left guard, I mean, not the best, not the worst. That was actually center, excuse me, because left guard was Waylon Mercy, who was phenomenal last year. Then right guard, 3 really decent options, including Aloka, who we just brought over through the portal. Or was that last year? Might have been last year's portal. Defensive end, Tinder date Left Miichi is there, showing up as an 84 right now. Balls to the walls looking good. Defensive tackle looking pretty good. I mean, we'll talk about linebackers in a second. I'm trying to train up a lot of people as middle linebackers for better zone coverage. That's why they're all there. Again, I still have to move people around in the preseason. And then corner is going to be interesting because we have a lot of people at safety that are probably going to end up playing corner. So we'll see. Did I miss the greatest moment of Ball State history last night? You did. You were right, though. You said last night was the night. You said last night was the night, and you are correct. So, pretty solid team in the aftermath of the training camp results. Of course, we still have to see how all of our new additions will factor into the team. My GOAT, Thad Jr. Indeed. How many NCAA knew you were eyeing Madden, right? Ooh, we only have to get rid of 4 people. That's not bad. So we brought in a new kicker in Nathan Flynn. And there's a new punter there, too. Nothing we can do. If relegation ever happens, do you go back to the old restrictions? Yes, although there wouldn't be any restrictions enforced. We're still thoroughly in 2-star territory. What do we do here? What do we do? Yeah, I hate to say it, but Sexton Hardcastle doesn't fit in at tight end, doesn't fit in at fullback. Sorry, Sexton, you're out of here. We need to get rid of a few more people. A few more. I mean, Cal Naughton Jr. would make a lot of sense, given the freshman tight end that we have. Joe Cool's good enough to play. Yeah, Cal, sorry. You are gone. All it took was Femboy football. Or Femboy takeover. That's what it was. Oh, boy. We are going to be thin on the O-line, though. Tyrone Torrance, who was a portal pickup. This guy's, he's just not going to cut it. And one more dude. Holy right ends. Jesus Christ, I forgot we brought in that many. One more player has to go. Who's that extra player going to be? Probably makes sense for it to be a running back. Given the absurd amount that we have, although a good amount of these guys are going to get moved over to wideout. As you transfer over, and then can't get told to transfer again. They do have that blocked, so it would have been somebody else. I don't have any extra O linemen that can transfer out. D-line. I mean, Jose Lincoln and Rooks will be the top two next year. I think it's got to be Rumble. He's a senior. He's the third best defensive tackle. Unless we move Rooks over to defensive end. That might be the only thing that saves him. In which case, Jose Lincoln could go. Who's it going to be? We got to get rid of one more dude. And we don't have too many people we can even really get rid of here. Damn. Who? Because even Doughboy, I think, is going to have to be moved over to corner. Shit. This is tough. Again, because of the whole position issue that we have. For an offline save, this is tough. I think it might have to be Kevin Nash's torn quad. And we just go with DeAndre Woodhead as a fullback. We don't really need that high a rate of the fullback, although Kevin Nash's torn quad is a pretty damn good fullback. Who else? Who else could it be? If we move Rooks over, it would be Taurus, Rumble, Lincoln. Lincoln will be overtaken by Sherman Ultrasoft next year. Jose Lincoln, you're gone. There we go. Barzy, what's up, man? How are you? Oh, let's do this. I've been waiting a long time for this. First and foremost, moving up from independent status, Louisiana Tech replaces UNLV. And Western Kentucky replaces James Madison. And Ball State going to the MAC to replace Tulsa. That is what the MAC Tier 9 will look like. There's a lot of familiar faces. Coastal, Miami, ODU, Mid-10. A lot of familiar faces from that particular tier that we get to throw hands with again, you know? And yeah, now we got some sweet action. My kingdom for some action. Everyone else got promoted in the last 10 years. Dude, some of these guys would have been here for a long time. A long time. All right, let me update here. Miami goes up. Well, fun fact, you spoiled it. Because they do go up. You done did spoil it. Yes, Miami does promote. All right, let's see. There we go. So indeed, Miami, people spoiled it for those who didn't know, are heading to the Sun Belt to be replaced by Vanderbilt, another old friend of ours. So this is what the conference actually looks like. That is what the conference will actually look like for us this upcoming season. Sun Belt champions last year were the Washington State Cougars. They head to the American to replace Virginia. Washington State on the way up. Said no T freshman was 10 points better than a tight end with bad catching. Grew 7 overall for off-season training. Telling you, man, that off-season training is powerful. That is very, very powerful to move someone where it's like, okay, your attributes say you'd actually be better here, but the game says this is what your overall is there. It's better to trust the attributes. It is better to trust the attributes, is my opinion at least. But then again, can you trust my word? Look at how long we were stuck in Conference USA. So can you really, really trust me, you know? Let's see, Utah up from the Mountain West. They go to the Pac-12 to replace the Oregon State Beavs. Good little bit of movement there for the Beavs. Georgia Tech heading back to the ACC. They'll replace Virginia Tech. Let's see. Drop down old Virginia Tech. Champions of the ACC, Penn State, finally getting their shit together. They head back to the Big 12 to replace South Kakalaki. Good old South Kakalaki. And then, fun fact, we're not done with the Kakalakis because North Kakalaki head to the Big 10 to replace the Clemson Tigres. Damn, Georgia's fallen. I mean, Diet Kakalaki. Look, I hold no biases when it comes to the superior Kakalaki. Mainly because I've never been to South Kakalaki, but I have been to North Kakalaki. I've also gotten COVID in North Kakalaki. But I haven't been to South Kakalaki, so maybe in South Carolina, I would also get COVID. Who's to say? So there we go. Top tier SEC. There's some interesting teams up there, man. ASU, NC State. What a time. But there it is. Finally in the MAC. Thank God. Finally in the MAC. Have we been to East Kakalaki? No, but I've been to Northeast Kakalaki. Shockingly. Shockingly. All right. So, we'll get Chad involved with the custom schedule again. We'll set up the board, and then obviously I'm going to have to move people around. We're going to have to rename players as well. In terms of openings on the schedule, it is week number 9 and week number 1. I'm not going to adjust it further from there because I think it's still a bit wonky when you try to change things. So we'll spin for week 1. We don't necessarily have to have an FCS team on the schedule. And week 1, we end up rolling an L. Pretty on the nose, I'm sure. So, chat, your choices for who we're going to play to kick off our season. It is either 80 overall Liberty Bibberty, 77 overall Louisiana Tech, the 85 overall Louisville Cardinals, or the 85 overall LSU Tigers. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Again, it's non-conference, so it doesn't matter too much. But we'll see what you guys think. And then week number 9. Spin the wheel again. And we'll see who we end up with here. As, of course, I spun a fucking X. God damn it. I wish you could preemptively take certain letters off of this letter spinner, but, you know. This time out, it is I. There's nobody with an I. Spin it again. Take us on an away game to Death Valley. I mean, LSU was close. It looks like it's a trip to Louisiana no matter what. This time we roll a K, which means our old pals, the Golden Flashes of Kent State, will be on the schedule. As will, by 2 votes, it will be Louisiana Tech. How many gifted to put your hair in a man bun? At least 50, and give me about 10 months. So give me a bit of time. But we'll see what I can do. We'll have a road game against Louisiana Tech. That's fine. Marsteller. Hello and goodbye. Man, Kent State went winless last year. Holy shit. We'll go to Dick Stadium. Good old Dick Stadium. No jokes to be made there. Let's take a look at the potential recruits this year. Again, we are still only going after 2 stars for now because, of course, if I wanted to, we could even get 4s and maybe push for 5s. So, the challenge is still on, as agreed previously. There's one quarterback who wants to come here, Trevor Odrick. Let's see, running backs, Marquez Keaton, Glenn Schrader, J.P. Emery. Got a fullback, George Dog. Tremendous. Avery Jones, Lewis Coffey, Teddy Durbin. We'll avoid the JUCOs, by the way. Alex Kaiser, Nazir Dennis. Thought you unlocked higher recruits to move up tiers. I did, but we haven't moved up enough tiers. Not every new tier gives us access to a new star level. Because there's 11 tiers and only 5 different stars a player could be. Oof, the JUCOs. Yikes. Whole lot of JUCOs. Another JUCO and Robert. Oh, it's a dude named McKitty. Alani McKitty. Tremendous. Definitely not going to need the special teams help, and that's fine. All right, so we're on 28 to start. How do you move up tiers? Conference titles. So we need to decide if, again, we just want to focus on people that are actually interested in us and then adjust them if need be. That is probably for the best. Or if we want to look for quality over quantity. How many seniors do we have this year? Like, how much of a hit is this roster about to take? Decent hit. Decent hit primarily to defense. Okay. Good thing is there are a lot of defenders there. Okay. You know what? Everybody gets a scholarship offer to start. Everybody gets an offer to start. Spam this button. So have 2 more tiers to go. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, so right now we are now tier 9. To get 3 stars, we need to get to tier 7. So we got 2 promotions to go. Unless it proves to not be possible, in which case we'll have a conversation at that time. But I do think we might just have a chance. I might be wrong. I might be fooling myself. But I believe. I believe Monty, indeed. All right, so unless someone's a bust, we won't take him off of the board. So the quarterback, Trevor Odrick. Only 82 throw power. Ugh. Maybe we should go for quality over quantity, though, huh? Guy's not very good. He's not very good. I mean, we could get him, I'm sure, but... Ugh. Yeah, no thanks. Marquez Keaton has Workhorse as a power back. 83 speed. Because he has Workhorse, we'll keep him. Glenn Schrader. Decently fast. Okay with that for now. J.P. Emery. 71 catching, 85 speed. Wouldn't even necessarily want him as a wideout. Wouldn't even necessarily want him as a wideout. We'll take him out. The fullback, George Dog. Good trucking. I mean, we already brought in a fullback last year. That guy's nothing special. Avery Jones at wideouts. 89 jumping, but only 82 speed. Doesn't quite have the size we'd want to have him even be a tight end. Because we also don't know how good at blocking he is, so no thank you. Lewis Coffee. 90 jumping, 90 speed at 6'4". Yes, please. Yes, please. Teddy Durbin. 91 speed at the very least. Yes, please. That is someone else we'll definitely look at. Alec Kaiser at tight end. Not the best blocker in the world. Like, he has some decent movement and catching ability, but eh. Nasir Dennis. It's a blocking type, and he's not even that good at that, so no. Terrell Valentine. Vikings are dead. They are. They are. Everyone's dying. Just like Terrell Valentine, because he's not very good. Jose Thomas. Not good enough. Glenn Pitts. All right, a lot of people that are interested in us aren't that great, including Chad Gunter. Damn it. Damn it. Not a great start to the scouting. 88 strength. Ooh, 81 lead block, 81 impact block for Sam Barkow. That's pretty good. Max Tolbert, or Tolbert, if you prefer. It's also pretty decent. Okay. That's all we can do then for the first little bit. Not the best news recruitment-wise, but we'll make it work. I do want to take a look at the conference standings. Now that we are in the sweet, beautiful MAC. So again, no divisions, just the outright conference champions. It's showing us as a 78. Don't be surprised if it's lower once we're done moving the team around. You got UConn at a 78, Coastal's an 84, Toledo at an 80, San Diego State at an 80, Mid-10 at an 80, 78 overall for the Texas State Bobcats, 77 for Marshall, 80 for Southern Miss, 85 for ODU, and an 81 for Vandy. Not the easiest conference on paper. We also know that overall isn't everything, right? Mid-10 always sims well. And in terms of preseason first team, Thad for Heisman at left tackle, and Eastern Michigan as our kicker. Don't even know if those guys are going to stick around, but we'll see. Every team seems well against us. Well, you know. So let's get into the whole moving players around, renaming players as well. That means on YouTube there might be an awkward cut. Who's to say? All right, chat. Well, I think we're finally good in regards to reorganization with this roster. So let's talk about what the Ball State Cardinals of 2038, Jesus Christ, what the Ball State Cardinals of 2038 are going to look like. Again, it does show us at a 77 overall. We're better than that, I promise. At least I hope we are. Quarterbacks this year, Thad Castle Jr., 5-star Tetris prospect, and Crash Andrews Cornhucker. The red shirts are going to be Pele and Mail Kakar. At running back, Giant Stadium Grass Field, Lou Lamagello. Here, kitty. Next stop, CFL, emergency staff, and Paul Tagliabue. Your fullback, Kevin Nash's torn quad. First one or the second one. Your wideouts, Vaughn Cornhucker, Dick Duff, Don't Touch My Weenus Pop, and this man. An actual 3-star walk-on. Not just renamed. This guy is a 3-star prospect. He is going to sit out this year at the very least. There is a strong push from chat to say, just keep him, because they're desperate to give me a 3-star prospect. We will talk about him later on down the road. Also at wideouts, Frank Yu, Dixie Normus, Iron Age footballer, and Medin Suksagan. You see what they did there, right? You see what they did there? It's a joke about how Madden sucks. It's pretty crafty. Your tight ends, big Corgi fan, inevitable relegation, who is undersized as a tight end. But man, he could be a weapon. He could be a weapon. We also have Joe Cool the Fourth, and then scratches or red shirts of Softer Than a Soup Sandwich, Front Porch Pineapple, EA Breaks Everything, and How Do I Block, who was our fullback before. Left tackle, Thad for Heisman. And Shuby Boba Ryder. Left guard, Waylon Mercy and Red Baron Karan. Your centers, Dragon Shields, who are a bit weak there, with Mike Skaronski and Perk Angle, who will sit out this year. Right guard is Mike Wazowski and Man Bun Jones. And at right tackle, Milo Iloka with Taste the Biscuit. Now, Iloka was a much better guard. I moved him to tackle. His fucking attributes dropped. It's weird. I still trust him. Look at the physical abilities. He should be fine. Defensive end, Tinder date left me itchy. Jimmy Rooks, Banana Split Connoisseur, Sugar Cane, and Dirty Diaper. On the right, balls to the walls. I broke my back. Final. Sinaloa Duck. And then a whole lot of red shirts. Eaton Dadaz. Buffalo. Ba Biamouf. Or Piamouf. Thad Castle the Fifth. Yellow Jello. And Thad Castle the Third. He thinks chat likes Thad Castle as a name. Defensive tackles, Pinkley Taurus the Sixth, Chris Rumble, Charmin Ultrasoft, and Marquez Hepburn with max character limit and Red Bull gives you wings sitting out for the year. Linebackers, Chris P. Bacon, Ashley Meeks, Harrison Balzano Chen, and Donald's Toupee. In the middle, your favorite cuck chair, Tiptoeing Imma Jordans, and Mike Rain. On the right, Jeffrey Lebowski, Wumba Chumba, Santiago Thrasher, Straight Up Jorkin' It, and Terry O'Cornhucker. At corner, pronounced brain dead, Femboy Takeover, DeMar Small, Sean Camp, Manscaped My Ball State, and Tyrese Beckham. A lot of portal pickups. At safety, Fatty Doughboy, Julius Sanders, and Frederick Muhammad. And on the right, Brick Shithouse, the former quarterback, and Booby Boy, another former quarterback. Your kicker, Triple H's invisible shirts. Your punter, Eastern Michigan, with South Windsor and Red Lobster Cheddar Biscuit as a red shirt option. So, again, I do think our team is looking better than how it actually appears, but whether or not they sim that way, that's the question. And we'll get to the depth chart here. Auto reorder first. Of course, Thad Castle's our guy, right? That's pretty straightforward. Running back situation, not the fastest players in the world, but it'll do. It'll do. Fullback situation is fine. That works. Wideouts. And everybody here has pretty decent speed at the very least. The catching ability. I mean, Frank Yu is much better at catching a football. I imagine his route running sucks. Definitely gets a bit weaker down the depth chart at wideout. Tight ends, Corky Fan, relegation, Joe Cool, that works for me. Honestly, putting inevitable relegation as our number one tight end might be better. It might be. I know he's undersized, but you know what? Let's try to be crafty this year. Left tackle, Thad for Heisman, of course. I'll just trust. Actually, I will not trust. This looks like it's going to be messed up. We'll get Bobo Ryder there. Left guard, yep. Right guards are at left guard. Left guards are at right guard. And bada ding, baba boom. How you doing? What you doing? All the normal nonsense that happens every single time. Actual left guard is Waylon Mercy with Karan behind him. We got our centers, which works. Get our actual right guards in there. Pain, what a pain. And our actual right tackle options. Here we go. Right end on left end on right end, red foot on fucking green, and left foot on purple. What the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here, game? Every single season with this nonsense, I tell you. That's every offseason. Yep, as it should. As it should. It is, I believe the technical term is a pain in the sack. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a doctor. I believe that's the definition. At least it doesn't fuck up defensive tackles. Got that going for us. Right linebackers on the left. No! Oh my god. Why? Alright, oh, I'll just fix it all. It'll be fine. God damn it. God damn it. Need a Ball State Mahoney. Hopefully without the drug issues. But yes, I agree. Middle linebackers. That guy has hammers, so he'll get the tiebreaker. And the right side, we got Lebowski. We got Wumba Chumba. And we got Mr. Santiago Thrasher, who again transferred here from Ohio State. Kind of nuts to me. We had somebody transfer to our school from fucking Ohio State. Got extra speed, man. We gotta rely on some faster players. Even if their coverage is a little bit weaker, you need that speed. Free safety should be fine. Strong safety's fine. Kicker's good. Punter will be good. Return options. Let's go with Iron Age Footballer. Give him a shot. Better change of direction. Kickoff, so get invisible shirt there. Long snapper, that's fine. Thought I had defensive end there for a minute. I was confused. Third down back, dude. Giant Stadium grass field is shaping up to be our best running back since TJ Horton. Now, a lot of people might be like, who the hell is TJ Horton? And that's because we're about 17,000 years after his death. It's like for how far we've made it. But an actual Ball State player who is tremendous. Tremendously tremendous. Go ahead and just do that. Rushing left end. Rushing left end. Will be Tinder date left me itchy. Rushing right end. Will be Jeffrey Lebowski. Defensive tackle will be Pinkley Taurus. And the sub linebacker will be Cuckchair, Bacon, and Jordans. And then corner, just do it off the highest rating, better awareness, better beats. That's fine. Okay, I think we're good. Or at least as good as we're going to be. Although the one elephant in the room at this point is the team, right? And what we're going to be looking to do here. Defensively, you know, D-line, not that bad, right? A 76 as a second defensive tackle. A 77 as the extra middle linebacker. It's very clear our secondary is no longer, or is not, phrase it however you want. It's not our strong suit heading into this year, so we definitely need to abandon that 3-3-5 playbook and switch to either a 3-4 or a 4-3. I'm thinking a 3-4. I think we have the linebackers to do it. Thinking a 3-4. Then the offensive playbook obviously gets overwritten by the custom one here. But shats and giggles. We'll just put it on multiple because that's what it is. That's what it is. And again, for anybody who did not see the coach tree at this point, we have almost everything maxed out in Tactician. We're very close to unlocking Scheme Guru. The rest of our points went into Motivator. So we're looking better. We're looking better. And again, our coordinators, Motivator, and Recruiter. The only way we're allowed to spec into Recruiter right now is with our coordinators. So I believe after all of that, we are good to get yet another season underway. Different year, different conference, different challenges, different pizza. Papa John's. Again, I do not trust that it shows us as a 77 overall. I think we are better than that. Whether or not I'm proven right there, well, hey, we'll find out, won't we? So Marquez Keaton, we did look at. We'll put him on 5. Schrader on 5. He was at least fast as hell. Coffee was the 90 speed, 90 jumping option. Let's get him on the 25. Durbin was fast as hell. And at guard, Sam Barkow is pretty damn solid. Albert Tolbert is bad. Center, Caleb Hagens. Pretty shit. Defensively, and again, these are only the players that had interest in us by default. Taylor Augustine does have 74 block shedding out of the gates. He is not very fast, though. You're talking about a defensive tackle there, and I don't think he has the strength to go toe-to-toe with other defensive tackles. Moses Godwin. Bit better mobility. Okay, finesse moves. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Base level interest. Sharif Tandy. Sharif, I like it. You will, in fact, be rocking the Casbah. He has the block shedding and the strength to be moved to defensive tackle. He doesn't have the speed to play the edge, but he's not bad. Then actual defensive tackles, Avion Lemon. 88 strength. Block shedding leaves a bit to be desired, but that's not bad. Man's strong. Big, strong boy. Brendan Waitman. Good strength, good finesse moves. He's okay. He's all right. Linebackers, Melvin Couch. Not particularly fast. Doesn't have great power moves. He'd be more of an edge rusher instead of a linebacker. Or just an outright defensive end. Because he can't play zone. And as a defensive end... Tactician help in the sim, or is it more for gameplay? It is more for gameplay, but again, we jump into every game, right? 80 pursuit for Henry, which is great. Or Neary, not Henry. I looked at it too fast, but he is a bust. Wouldn't hurt to keep the big guys if that's meant to since we're in 3-4. I mean, potentially, but again, our setup can change on a yearly basis. So, not the best zone coverage, not the best man coverage. This guy is decently fast, but the corners that are left. Dion Frost. Not the fastest in the world. Man coverage isn't great out of the gates, nor is his press. We did change from a 3-3-5 to the 3-4 multiple. Manu Alualu. Fast, better zone coverage. The other guy, not by much. He's okay. About Hugh McCree. 74 zone coverage out of the gates. That is very nice. And that is it. We had on our board to start. Not the best. Again, we're still only allowed 2-star prospects. So let's go look at players that might have a 3-star pipeline rating with us. Because they'd be a little bit easier to acquire. We already looked at JP Emery. Anybody with a 3-star pipeline rating. Let's look at you, since you'll be a bit easier to get. And we'll hope to kind of replenish the board here. Again, anybody with that interest tag, we've already looked at them and decided they weren't good enough. Linebacker. Already looked at Couch. Kenya Woods. Son of Kerry. Safety, David Ringo. We do not need a kicker or a punter, but I'll take a look at Evan Stutz, regardless. So quarterback, Orlando Clark. We won't be able to look at you in this week, obviously. Quick and relatively quick. Fairly easy. Relatively quick, though. We get locked out for anybody this week. Yes. Ernie and Ringo. Okay. How good of a team do you need to start recruiting? We need to get up to Div 7. We're currently in Division 9. So we got 2 more conference championships to go. Unless I decide to weaken the rules a little bit. Because clearly the original rules weren't possible. And we'll see. That could be the case. Lando Clark, 85 throw power, not particularly fast. I don't like him. Tyler Mond at fullback. Nothing special. Nick Alfonso. I was going to say Alonso, but Alfonso. Going to be a tight end, actually. He's not that good. Ciante or Keontae Gossett is okay. Not great, but he's okay. Eldra? Wow, you're terrible, too. Jesus, get out of here. Alex Heaney. He's okay. Kenya Woods, linebacker. 81 tackle, 83 acceleration. Zone coverage isn't great. Block shedding is okay. He's definitely not a middle linebacker, but maybe outside, if not defensive end. And the punter, Evan Stutz. Only 76 power. Not feeling too optimistic about this recruitment class so far, if we're being honest. We might have to start looking at 2-star pipelines here as well, just to see who the hell we can find. I mean, obviously we can get a little bit of quantity, but we also would like some quality. That would be pretty cool. We'll start at quarterback, but then I think I got to switch over to the defensive side of things first. So Zach Gums, Lake Forest, Illinois. Not the highest speed, not the highest throw power. Not interested. Emmett Gammon. Decent speed, but not the best throw power and accuracy. Mitch Ishmael. Also going to take him out. His short accuracy is okay, but he's not particularly fast and doesn't have a particularly strong arm. So, I feel like you had a bit of a different experience in your early run with recruiting, and at times can be easy, but if you stand at the tree... Well, yeah, I mean, that was the whole thing about the Tulane run, right? Was that we found out how heavy that recruitment class... or the recruiter tab can be for your classes. Louisiana Tech, on paper, apparently pretty damn good. Again, this is a non-conference game. We'll see how this goes for us. We'll see, we will see. There we go. Another season. God help me of Ball State football. Total fluke as well. Again, we were going to go back to Madden tonight.
Welcome everyone to Russell,
but
Louisiana.
Good things happened. Good things happened, and now we got to try to make the most of it. This game says, no, sir. You're not leaving for Madden yet. You got unfinished business. Leave a first ever meeting between us and Louisiana Tech in this timeline. And again, as we do, we'll sim a little bit. We'll jump in only if we have to try to save the day. If the team can win on their own, no complaints from me. Unfortunately, that was not a oh, God. Okay, 17-10 at the half. That's a little bit better. We started off really slow. 20-10, 20-17. Okay, down by 3. We're hanging in there. It is Tech's ball here. Don't score. 7 minutes left. Come on, boys. You can score here. Or you can go 3 and out. That's not good. That's not good. Yep, it's a 10-point Tech lead. Whew, with 4:45 to go. First game of the year. And we're going to have to hop in here.
The give to the left side.
Fortunately, that guy did not block. I should have just pushed the edge.
How about the job by this defense?
All right.
They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense. Stopping the run game. Stopping the run game.
Decent run for Cornhucker.
Showed out and answered that challenge.
Get this first down here. Move relegation over. Oh boy. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's great. That linebacker, man, that was a risk.
The Cardinals with the 1st and 10.
They're pressing here. We might be able to take a shot.
Just hand the ball to the running back. Could I pull it?
Might be able to take a shot.
First down. Nice job understanding the situation of the game, going and getting the first.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Not a good look from our offensive line.
Sack for the D, it's 2nd down.
No blocking. That guy decided to go after a safety instead of the man in front of him.
Man tackled in this.
And this drive is quickly falling apart.
You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's
Going down.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
2 sacks for Louisiana Tech.
We're telling our front guys to
Oof.
back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
It is non-conference.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He's got it down the left side.
Oh, thank God he held on to that. I thought it got knocked out.
Not much of a sure thing.
Big catch.
Conversion for this offense.
Big catch.
Moving into score.
They are threatening again here.
Looking to move it through the air. He'll pull it down and run. Brought down at the 26-yard.
We don't have chew clock on now. We have a run down to 25 seconds, though. And it's not inside 2 minutes.
Offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw.
We're going down again.
Rush coming in hot.
Woo.
29.
That's a play the defense needed, right?
Even with the speed we have,
It's late.
people are struggling to get open.
A few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
That pass.
Uh-huh.
They're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw.
Picked.
And he is finding
Unbelievable closing speed by that defender.
his 3rd interception of the day.
We tried to lob it.
On him
He was all over it.
on the interception.
Oh, we are still technically not done, but now it would take an onside kick.
And now
At least this is non-conference.
like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout?
But maybe not the
Out here and just run the football.
impressive performance we were looking for here. Email, we did get promoted last night, so we're a little bit further up.
Take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the block,
Gets away from one. Finds some space. And he's brought to the ground.
That is pretty much the ball game right there.
Well, the defense, they're going to have to be physical here. They're down. It's late in the 4th, under 2
That is the ball game right there.
This is where you need to be at your most physical point that you've been in this game.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8.
Really not the debut for this season we were hoping for.
6 seconds left. Running out the clock seems to be a mere
Yeah, they can
4
take a knee now and end it.
Here as they are ready to snap it
that's
in
it.
victory formation.
Well,
Bitterly disappointed.
non-conference game to start the year.
The W and open 0-1.
And, again, not the type of performance we were really looking for there. Maybe a bit of a wake-up call. Maybe a little bit of a wake-up call. But again, Louisiana Tech, they are in a more prestigious conference than us. They are in Conference USA, 1 tier below us.
That's going to do it for us.
But of course, I define Conference USA as very prestigious. We were there for a very long time, after all.
Of EA Sports College Football.
What the hell happened today? We had 3 turnovers. We threw 2 picks before I did. Not the best day at the office for Thad in terms of those turnovers. Running game wasn't great. O-line. That right side had themselves a time today, didn't they? Whew. Not a great start to the year. Especially being a ranked team at that time. Can't imagine we'll be ranked anymore. Damn. Yeah, a couple of guys off our board here. Contender status down to a D or a B+. Give it time before it's at a D+. Let's get Waitman out of there. Let's get Heaney out of there. And Mwamba, we didn't even get a chance to look at him. Isaac Mayer, the final guy. Look at Throw Power. I'm not interested. This might have to be another good portal year for us, so this could be trouble. Let's look at any safeties that have a 2-star pipeline rating. Daly and Gage. Other side, Yeboah and Stewart. John Stewart! He's back. 2-star corners that are interested. Kevin Wood. Old Bosch. Anybody on defense from a 2-star pipeline that we haven't already looked at? There's not many. There's not many. We got Julius Sheed. Or Osborne. And DeVoe. We'll leave it at that for now. Just focus primarily on defense. So Cliff Daly as a safety. Really good speed. Doesn't quite have the man or zone coverage I would want. He's also not a great tackler, so putting him at linebacker would be a risk. Not feeling it. He's a speed merchant. That's it. Derek Gage as a safety. 84 speed, 67 man coverage. Could probably play as a corner. Maybe not a great one out of the gates, but not too bad. John Yeboah. 88 speed. Again, same thing. Okay-ish man coverage. Probably a lower end corner for what we can get. John Stewart. 88 speed, 64. Yeah, more of the same. Another guy that could probably play corner. Kevin Wood. Decent speed. Zone coverage isn't great. Tackling isn't great. Not feeling it. Joel Bosch. 80 tackle, 85 acceleration, 84 speed, decent zone coverage. Yes, please. That's a player I really like the looks of. Anthony Priest, also at linebacker. Decent speed and acceleration. Not the best coverage in the world, but solid enough. I mean, clearly, like, we can't be choosers right now. We are the beggars. Sheed at defensive tackle. Not the best strength in the world. Decent power moves. Doesn't have the block shedding. So if he's relying on power moves, he doesn't really have it. Has okay speed, though. We might be able to put him at defensive end instead of defensive tackle. I think he'd get out-muscled by most centers. And then Morgan Osborne, we won't fully be able to scout this week. So that brings us to week number 3, which is our first conference game. Again, our other non-conference game is week 9. So we'll see. And we already missed out on Osborne. That's okay. First conference opponent, Southern Miss. We are still ranked, by the way. We fell from 15th to 22nd. So we're not totally boned yet. Osborne out of there. Last guy to look at is Tyler DeVoe. Not fast enough to be a speed rusher. Okay, well, we got 17 players on our board. And we are going to start focusing on these guys. Anybody that's ready for a visit. Mr. Coffee will get you in against San Diego. San Diego State, that is. Teddy Durbin against UConn. Max Tolbert against San Diego State. Tandy. Okay, so week 4, San Diego State. That's gonna be a big one for us. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty important one for us. And we have a couple of extra points. Given his interests, I'm worried about Glenn Schrader actually. Let's talk to Mr. Coffee. Like you as a player, the sooner we can get you to put pen to paper, the better. Max you out on points. Durbin at wide receiver. He was fast as hell. We like the looks of him, too. Again, try to max him out. Anybody else on 25? Joel Bosch. Max him out. And then 15 points left. They will go to Mr. Free. Okay. Southern Mississippi. See if we can make Brett Favre cry on paper. They are better than us. Let's see if that's actually the case after losing our season opener to Louisiana Tech. Let's see.
Welcome to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, home to the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles, and fans have been
The Golden Eagles.
anticipating this matchup at the Rock. We're really looking forward
Oh, goodness. All right. Let's win this one to make Brett Favre cry.
Trying to pass an all-important road test.
I believe.
Fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Ball State Cardinals. Taking on a
boys.
squad
Come on.
hoping to prevent another L this
Come on. Let's bounce back here. Get a nice little win after last week's struggle. All right, we got some new boys in the lineup. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get the mojo going. Yes. Make Brett Favre cry. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is better than you, even though you're both scumbags. Oh my God, they almost won it. No touching. Fuck you, Brett, you scumbag.
No touching!
Big time players make big
I
plays.
almost had to jump in with like 14 seconds left because we were going to be down by 1. Their quarterback was player of the game.
Be able to execute when it
Holy shit, we almost blew it. They failed on 4th and goal.
Right, you don't know when those moments present themselves.
Whew, the Ball State Cardinals 1-0 in conference. That's the record we really care about.
That's gonna do it for us. For Jesse Palmer,
20-14 the final score.
Team Ivory Statement, this has been
As we
another
barely hold on, we allowed almost 400 yards of offense today. 20 of 25. Good completion percentage for Thad. Only 1 touchdown, but no picks. That's obviously the important thing. Great game on the ground for Giant Stadium grass field. That's one of the best rushing days we've had in a long, long time. We might have to take a Loca off a right guard. He has played 2 games and allowed 4 sacks. Remember when I said a while ago, like, hey, I think he could be pretty good? I was wrong. Don't listen to him. Me. Us. The voice in my head that's currently talking for me.